Welcome to the Flamingo Life, where luxury never goes out of fashion. The Flamingo Life Podcast, Episode 1.
So in today's episode, we venture the world of UI UX. To say she's young would be underwhelming to the body of work that she's done. A budding designer from Adobe with an expansive experience in different fields relating to user experience and user interface. We welcome Aishani Goel, who's a designer with Adobe. Aishani, I understand the kind of projects that you've dealt with. To just dive right into it, tell me, what are the challenges that you faced with the kind of work that you've done relating to UI UX in Adobe or previously also?
I think if I think about the biggest challenge I've faced till now, I think that would be to convince people that, what is the importance of user experience is and how it affects different things in their businesses. So when it comes to user experience, it's just orienting the needs and understanding the needs of the users with what any product is trying to sell. So if it's, let's say, a cosmetic brand, we have to understand who the user is, what they actually need. We need to understand that, and then we need to build things according to the need so that we are able to tap into the actual potential we have in that particular product. So when it comes to user experience, I think that would be one of the biggest challenge, to make people understand what it stands for.
So like from top of my head, if say for example we have a home furniture brand, decor related, or just home furniture in general, what would be the strategies that would involve with respect to UI UX which would make the user experience, how they would navigate through the store easier?
So when we are thinking about furniture, right, there is a sofa, it's there in the room and that it's just there. But if it isn't comfortable, or if it doesn't have the right accessories near it, like a small table on the side or a table in front of it or something like that, then it's just a sofa over there. It doesn't really make sense, kind of thing. But in those terms, I think when it comes to user experience and furniture, I would probably say that it depends on what the person needs, understanding what they need, giving them those options, and also making them understand how the placement of the furniture or the type of the furniture they have at their place will actually, define their mood. Let's say when I am walking into my house and I see the furniture, I want comfort, right? I will walk in, I will put my bag at one place. It should be at a comfortable place, that it's probably positioned at a right place.
Right.
And I can keep my bag, then I can sit on the sofa, I can put my feet up, I can, I have a place where I can put my phone on the side. All those things, I think if you think about it in user experience and furniture way, I think that would make some sense.
That's so interesting. And to think of it, with the incorporation of so many different technologies that are coming up. So like virtual reality, in the sense that, people are given the option of, going through an area where they can visualize entirely the kind of furniture or the kind of, decor that can be put in their spaces. So how does that work? What do you feel like? Is it something which can enhance the decision making of the consumers, or do you think that can also add on to, the confusion of it all?
No, I think it won't add confusion. It will give them a lot of clarity, because when you're experiencing, like the way I told you, that when I'm entering my place, how I'm experiencing that entire thing, it is same with VR. We are just creating it using technology in front of their eyes, how they are walking in, what they want, where they want it, how that particular experience will be in terms of furniture. Because furniture, I feel it's something that is always going to be there in your life in some way or the other.
True.
Every place, every home, every cafe, everywhere you go, furniture will be there. And how it makes you feel is very important, specifically if you are focusing towards your home decor, because the way I want my place to be is the way I will feel
Right.
the entire day. Like if I'm working from home, I need a comfortable workspace where I have a study table and different things around me to make myself feel a certain way. So I think same with VR, that when you are using VR, you can just deep dive into it. You can see how that particular alignment or a particular, let's say, L-shaped sofa or a three-seater sofa, how they are making the person feel, and they can judge more clearly in what they want.
So, can you maybe share some techniques relating to UI UX when it comes to spatial navigation and how one can enhance that experience? In the sense, if say for example we have a store with home furnishing and furniture, decor, all of the works. So, how would UI UX like enhance spatial navigation in that sense? Like what techniques can be used?
I think in that particular sense, you would probably want to understand again what your users want. Let's say it's a luxury high-end thing. So people would probably like to have different settings. Like, I don't know if you've been to IKEA or not, but IKEA has this really cool concept where they show you different rooms, different ways where you can place the furniture, different vibes you can create with the things that they are selling and how they all can pair up together. And then you move on to where you can select whatever you want to buy. So I think when it comes to a store, you can have corners of different vibes. One is very your kind of
Like a bedroom setup or a
some chic aesthetic. So you can create different vibes, and when the person walks in, they can find out what type of thing they actually like, and then navigate their way through the store.
So, how do you like ensure if there's an online catalog? How can a user have a easy navigation through an online catalog? Say, for example.
So, when you say online catalog, is it a website or is it like a PDF? What kind of?
Yeah, let's say it's an online website, because in the days of e-commerce and how everything is going digital, I feel like this is something which can add on really well to how businesses work.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think online catalogs are one of the things which sell your brand instantly, because when you land on that screen, like when I'm making websites, the first thing that I think about is that when I open that website, what are the type of feelings or the emotions I'm getting? Apple's website, right? You see the minimalism over there. You see the sharp pictures they've put, right on the top. But along with that, informing the user is quite important when it comes to online websites and catalogs, because once I'm there, once I've opened it, I should be told what the entire, like the gist of it instantly. Good brands, if you see, they practice this thing that they have one-liners or two-liners describing who, what they are, so that the user gets a gist of, the entire thing instantly. And again, there would be a lot of hierarchy in it, because, let's say, you can have different hierarchies. You can have mood hierarchies when it comes to furniture and make that entire catalog based on it. But eventually it has to be, leading somewhere.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of psychology also, I feel like, that works behind the entire online catalog also. And I feel like UI UX is something which can be utilized so well when it comes to a consumer's experience of shopping. I mean, how you mentioned, the entire mood that the website's landing page itself, creates. Very, very interesting, and not something which a lot of business owners, I feel, like incorporate also. So I feel like the insight of a UI UX designer is also very important when it comes to, establishing a brand of your own and having a e-commerce platform especially. But so interesting to know that there are so many upcoming trends and not just based out of technology, but I'm sure like there's a lot coming up with respect to UI UX experience also that can enhance people's experience. So what do you feel is like something that we should look forward to in 2024?
I mean, sky is the limit, right? People are actually, they are bringing things to reality, which if you see 5 years back 4 years back when I started my degree and all, it was like, ye kaise ban sakta hai? This is a very far-fetched thought, but it is there. AI is all the thrill right now. Everything is AI.
Entire debate if it is going to finish off jobs or not. I mean, it's going to be the topic.
When it comes to any profession, the human touch actually matters. The AI can't actually sink in, right? When I am a designer, I'm working with engineers, I'm working with product managers. Product managers usually say, यार इसमें बात कुछ तो कमी है. AI won't understand वो क्या कमी है. And so AI can definitely help us do the basic stuff of our job, but it can't take over completely, when it comes to jobs or not. So, Adobe is doing a lot of things right now with AI and design. They're doing really well. So, something over there, because right now AI is the focus of the entire world, right? With ChatGPT, with XYZ, the other things. They are quite, up and running right now. So, AI could be one of those things. AI and how it transforms our lives for the better.
So, in your entire journey of the projects that you've done relating to UI UX, what are the different strategies that you've used when it comes to easing a consumer's experience to anything that they've worked on?
So at each different stage, my focus was always user, that how they will be able to relate to the product that we are working on, or the product the company has. Whatever we are trying to sell, they are able to bond with it. It makes some kind of good change to their life. You have to be in the shoes of a 16-year-old or a 18-year-old or maybe a 35-year-old person. What are their issues? What are the different things that they actually want? Does that product answer those things? Am I telling the users that these XYZ issues you have, and this product will be able to solve that? Am I delivering it to them or not?
And plus, I feel like with different demographics of age, of the diverse locality or the regions also people belong to, I think everything would differ to that also. So I mean, it must be so difficult for you because you'll have to keep everything in mind and then strategize with respect to one product also.
So it was a 6-month long project, and I conducted surveys, Middle East, US, all of the geography, and their answers were too different. Their issues were different. They were not like even overlapping at any point. They were that different. So you have to just deep dive into it, analyze that what is the actual base. If I can break it down to the completely small bit, and then can I answer this question? Will I be able to, integrate it in the website or in the product, whatever I'm working on? So those kind of things did happen. They sent me to Indonesia to do some user research for them for a week. And when I went there, I talked to people. Again, there was a gap. Surveys and the way you talk to them, there's a different perspective. Because the perspective changes the meaning of the answer. So when you talk about demographics, age and whatnot, it's a very, very big line, and you have to just break it down to the smallest piece there is to actually, get a thing out.
And to go through all of that and then come to a solution. I mean, hats off to you with respect to UI UX also, and to having put all of that online. It's a feat in its own, and I'm sure, it's been some journey.
I was with people, who were able to understand what I'm talking. For them, it's not just UX garbage and all. They're able to understand what I'm talking. We are all brainstorming together. So I think I got really lucky. I had friends working with me at that time.
Thank you so much, Aishani. That was superbly insightful, and I'm sure our viewers are going to really get, if not inspired, they're going to get really interested in venturing into this world of UI UX. And I'm sure a lot of business owners would also realize that this is something that should actually be incorporated in all of their digital platforms. So thank you so much for being with us.
It was lovely being here and talking about UX and furniture. I think it's quite interesting when you blend it all together. So it was really fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Flamingo Life Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe.